It is early picks day. We're going to get into our early picks for this week because last week, AG, did I catch up yet? I don't think I caught up yet.
Nope.
I'm trying.
The Vikings really fucked you there. I mean, the Jets and the Bears. I mean, I was gonna
I'm
pull
so
away
stupid.
if the Bears and the Jets covered for me. Well, the Bears covered, but I took the money line. But I would have pulled away big time if the Jets pulled the cover off and if the Bears were able to pull the win off. But you got lucky. They both folded on me, and so you're still in the running here. I'm plus
Still in the
27
hunt.
units. You're minus 221. We're at 6-9 and 9-6 going into today. And Chad, you're going to take a little a good bet. I like this one. This
Yeah.
one's going to hit for you, I think, in my opinion. We shall see.
Well, I think I
But
learned my lesson. I think I learned my lesson that you do not bet on Kirk Cousins when he's the biggest game on TV at that time. And Dallas and Minnesota was the game yesterday afternoon. And oh my God.
for some context,
If you had Minnesota plus 35, you still lost. So
and that would have been a minus 25,000 bet right there. But
yeah.
for some context, why Chad is saying he's finally coming onto the dark side about Kirk Cousins here is because on the Sunday show yesterday, I tried to warn him that
You
it's
did.
not just primetime Kirk Cousins that's the problem. Right here in this situation, it
It's
was the
spotlight Kirk
Steelers.
Cousins.
It was the Steelers and Bengals, the Raiders and Broncos, or the Cowboys and Vikings for the 425 slate. Cowboys and Vikings was the nationally televised in most regions. And then, like, even me on the East Coast here, I didn't get the Steelers Bengals game. Yeah, I got Cowboys Vikings on CBS. The usually they do an AFC game on CBS. The NFC games are on Fox.
Mm-hmm.
This week, they flipped that and put the all NFC game on CBS because that's who had the doubleheader. Instead of putting the Raiders Broncos, which was a good game that went into overtime, or the Steelers Bengals, which was a good game that came down to the end there, they put on the 40-3 ass whooping from Dallas on prime time. Well, it wasn't prime time, but he couldn't hide in the shadows of the 1
Mm-hmm.
p.m. red zone Octobox.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
It's not
So
primetime Kirk Cousins who sucks.
spotlight.
It's spotlight Kirk Cousins who sucks.
Which brings us to the
And
point
oh
of
my
here.
gosh.
Patriots are +3 Thanksgiving night in Minnesota, where Dallas just took care of business against Minnesota because that wasn't in Dallas. That was in
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota. So let's not
Yep.
act like that changes much. The
Mm-hmm.
over-under set at 41.5, so they're expecting a bit of a low-scoring game, as you should with how the Patriots defense has been playing the past 5-6 weeks. They're like the best defense in the league
Right.
ever since that that mishap against the Bears offense there a couple weeks ago on Monday night. But this is prime time. This is Thanksgiving prime time. It might even be worse.
The only game that can compete with Kirk Cousins on Thursday night is Mississippi State Ole Miss. So I think he's
And
good.
after Ole Miss just got their ass beat, nobody cares about that anymore either.
Exactly. So
Although
I'm
that is a
feeling,
big rivalry, but
yeah,
nobody
it is.
outside of Mississippi really cares too
Right.
much there.
Yeah, and when it is a good game, someone acts like they're urinating on a fire hydrant and gets a 15-yard penalty, and they miss the PAT to lose the game anyway. So,
Exactly. So
do you remember that game? That was the
if you can't
craziest
tell,
thing.
I do. Yeah. If you can't tell yet, though, Chad is on the Patriots money line at plus
Patriots,
132.
yeah.
He's trying to catch up here a little bit as he is
Mhm.
down a couple units. But if that hits and I go over or something like that, you're right back on track.
Mhm.
So yeah, Patriots money line is the play here. Do you have any other analysis that you want to do, or are we just solely fading Kirk Cousins in the spotlight here?
Well, so not for nothing, the Patriots have like quietly, slowly but surely, just kind of like methodically found their way into a little bit of a run here lately. Like they're playing some solid football
Yeah.
in the last few weeks.
Well,
So
defensively.
yeah, defensively, but I mean just in general as a team, ever since that loss to Chicago where they just kind of embarrassed themselves, um, they're 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 playing better football, winners of 3 in a row, beating the Jets twice of those 3 and blowing out the Colts, who the Colts, you look at how they've been playing. So I'm looking at this like I think the Patriots might have figured some stuff out. And really, if you take out that Chicago game on Monday Night Football, they've been playing well, like in general for the last. They've won 5 out of their last 6. So I'm looking at that and I'm comparing that to this Minnesota team who just got embarrassed. And I think in a way kind of got exposed a little bit. And then I look at how New England pressured and I know it's Zach Wilson, but they pressured him a lot. And Kirk Cousins doesn't move that well. And that's one thing I will say, like, I think what we saw with Dallas is a little bit of an aberration, because I don't think that they're going to meet as many statuesque quarterbacks as they did yesterday with Kirk Cousins, where those guys just got to pin their ears back. What did they end up with, 8, 9 sacks or something like that yesterday?
But we saw the result, and the
Right.
Patriots are a little bit better even than the Cowboys in that department. So
Exactly. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. So that's, you asked for my additional analysis. There it is.
yeah, I'm with you. And make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already. Hit that like button for us. Leave a comment if you like our picks, if you don't like our picks, if you hate them, if you love them, if you're tailing, if you're not faded. Just let us know in the comments, man. We're all for the friendly banter. But I'm bringing that up because we are going to talk about the rest of the Thanksgiving Day and night games tomorrow night as well. So hit that subscribe button, turn the bell notifications on, make sure you're here and don't miss that. We're going to get you the plays that we like and the analysis that we are seeing for those games before Thursday, so that you guys can just get your bets in and have an idea of what we're thinking here and not have to worry about that on Thanksgiving morning. Chill with the fam and win some money while you're watching football, hanging out. You know what I mean? It's the name of the game. And then this next game, me and Chad are both on the same game here, so it's not going to make any difference in the score whether we win or lose here. It's going to be a unit in one way or the other, however it goes. But we got the Bucks -3 going to Cleveland, over under 43.5. You guys know already, if you've been here for the past couple of weeks, I am all on the Brady train. I think they run the table the rest of the season, possibly even through the playoffs. We shall see. But he's 2-0 since the divorce. He's got that extra weight off of his shoulders. He's got an extra finger left over for another ring. So I got them running the table. I don't think Cleveland's going to be the one that stops them.
I didn't even think about that. He did free up a
look,
finger.
he only has 10 fingers. He's at 7 already. So he had 8 fingers taken up. Now he might go for a couple more years. He might play to his 50 and win a few.
He doesn't even
doesn't have to use the thumbs. Exactly.
Right.
So he needed that extra finger. That's a good call.
Extra finger. He got
right
rid
off
of
into the sunset with the 8th one.
Right.
But listen, on a serious note though, the Cleveland has been giving up a ton of points to teams. The Bucks offense seems to have finally figured it out. Even running the ball, which was interesting, which they pulled off in Germany last week.
And not for nothing, they've got some talent at the running back position too. Like Rashad White is playing really well, and he's a really good complement to Leonard Fournette. And
they're both good in the pass game for Brady
that 1-2
too.
punch and their punch in the passing game is big too. So
yeah, and I just don't see the Browns being the one to disrupt this Brady run right now. At the moment, the way that they're currently looking, we aren't getting Deshaun Watson back till I think next week. So I'm gonna bank on.
Hang on, last second update. I'm gonna go for the downs here. Give me the -158 money line on the Bucks in this game.
You're doing the money line instead?
I'm going money line. Yeah, that way there's a chance that I could win and you could not cover, and I could actually make up some ground on you. So
all right, what's it at right now?
-158. So let's go for it. I'm going to put it at risk, because at this point you got to take some shots when you're behind and it's this late in the season. You got to start throwing up some 50-50 balls.
Yeah,
and maybe even some that are 30-70. I'm going to let my receivers go up and make the play.
Yeah, and you're not eating too much if I do win the cover also, because obviously you still win the bet, and it's only going to be like a 0.48 differential there. So I mean, I hear you on that. That's a good call, because it gives you a little bit of a chance to get some breathing room if the Bucks push at a 3-point win or something like that. So I hear you, but not so fast. I'm going to switch to the money line too to counter that move.
This is terrible. This is terrible. So wait, if I switch back, are you going to switch back too?
Hell yeah, bro. You can't fool me, bro.
Dirty,
you can't fool me.
Oh shoot.
Listen.
All right, fine,
no, I'm kidding. I'm gonna stay on the Bucks -3. I'll give Chad the chance here to make up some ground. I'm not gonna pull a fast one on him like that, but he did just pull a fast one on me, so I wouldn't be wrong if I did.
No, you wouldn't.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'm going to stay on the Bucks -3. I think they win by at least a touchdown here in this game. Browns can't stop anybody. And, I mean, they put up points. They do put up points.
The Bucks defense is really good. The whole tic-tac-toe board. We were like, all right, Cat got it. Let's
But hey, I could play it that way. I could have
sure.
got you right back on that, but I'll let you ride. All right, let's get into the next game. I think we exhausted the Bucks as much as we could there. I'm going to take the Seahawks -3.5 in Las Vegas, over under 47.5. I mean, Vegas was spiraling out of control. They got a win last week. I think that's why the number is a little bit lower than it maybe would have been if they lost that game, but it took overtime to beat the Broncos. 2 of their 3 wins this season are against the Broncos. I don't expect much from them. The Seahawks defense has been playing a lot better up until they got smoked by the Brandon train. And I'm telling you, man, this is a real thing. That last 40 seconds against the Rams, the Bucks and Brady turned into a new team overnight. Seahawks defense, they've been playing good. They're good enough to stop this Raiders team, and they're really definitely good enough to score against this Raiders team. So I like the Seahawks to cover 4. We'll see if that line moves at all. Curious if it does, but I like it. I'll lock it in right there at 3.5. I know it's in Vegas, but I like the Seahawks. I think they got to get back on track. They have a chance to win this division, make the playoffs, things like that. So I think
who else is undefeated
after a bye week too? No, they're not on a bye week. They were on a bye week.
Yeah, Seattle was on a bye week.
Yeah.
You know who else is undefeated against the Broncos this year? The Seahawks. So,
that's true.
So right now you have the team that own, or the 2 teams that own the Denver Broncos this year. Playing head to head.
The 2 teams, the whole league owns.
Right. I know. It was a joke. It was a joke. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got you. But no, I like the Seahawks there. And then my last play here is the Rams +14 going into Kansas City. I mean,
I was
at the
looking
beginning
at that
of this season. I'm curious. We actually got to go ahead and look at what the line was in the beginning of the season for this game, because I don't think it was anywhere near that.
It was close to pick. I bet it was like maybe
or maybe 3.5, 2.5. It was somewhere within the 1 possession game there, and now a 14-point spread. That is wild. I know it's in KC. The Rams have been playing bad. No Cooper Kupp, things like that. I am not taking the Rams to cover this one, but I'm not taking the Chiefs to cover that either, because that is a huge spread. I'm good on that. I think the Rams probably will cover if I had to pick one, just because of how big that is. But I'm going over under. I'm going with the over 44 here. We see that the Rams defense, they're good, but they can give up points any given Sunday. They just gave up how many to the Saints yesterday? 27, I think.
Yep.
To the Saints, and the Saints offense isn't great. You know what I mean? I mean, they're better with Andy Dalton in terms of putting points on the board, but they haven't been great this season. And the Chiefs, they have been great this season. So I think even if the Chiefs have to carry 35 of these points, I think they do it. The Rams are always good enough to get like 1 or 2 touchdowns and a field goal. You know, it'll take a while. It'll take long, methodical drives here, a couple times in the game, but they're good for 10 to 15, 17 points. And Chiefs are good for 30, in my opinion.
The Chiefs defense gives up stuff too.
Exactly.
This is not a juggernaut defense. They have the ability to make plays. So like when the game is in crunch time and they need a stop, they can step up and make stops. But over the course of a 60-minute game, the Rams are going to get a couple of shot plays and get into field goal range at least, and probably punch one into the end zone from the red zone, if not 2. So yeah, I'm with you on that. That's a good play. I like it. I hate that you got it and I didn't get to get it, but it is what it is. You have to catch up in terms. Or wait, are we even now in terms of?
No, we are even right here on the scoreboard, but that's because you're San Francisco, or you're
I had a push.
You have the Cardinals +7.5.
Going on Monday night. Okay,
we're recording this before the Monday night game. You'll probably be watching it either during or at halftime or sometime after the Monday night game. I'm not sure when I'm going to post it, but I'll post it before the Monday night game actually. But Chad's last bet is riding on the Cardinals here, but then I do have 3 bets and he has 2 for this week. So after this week, we will be evened out on the scoreboard in terms of how many picks we made.
Maybe we'll be even on the scoreboard in general too.
And hopefully not in the scoreboard also, but no, I like every pick that we gave out here, though. We might go 5-0 as a team on these because I love all the angles that we just took here. And obviously, if I win that Bucks one, you win the money line too. So that's all I got, though. Stay tuned, guys. We're going to be back tomorrow night probably with our Thanksgiving Day games, Thanksgiving Day and night games, best bets, game analysis in totality. Obviously, we only talked a little bit about the Patriots Vikings. We'll revisit that also, as well as the other games. So hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're here.
Yeah, peace, y'all.
Peace.